Howdy. So, couple things we are doing. It is July 5th. I start classes in a few days on the 8th. Very excited. It's gonna be fun. They're like a workshop class. It's a studio class where you go in for like 3 or 4 hours and just draw and do art and stuff. And so one of the things is it starts at like 9:30 in the morning. And I'm not really a morning person. I prefer to be up in the morning, but it's real hard to get me up. And one of the things that I love is breakfast. Breakfast is like the most important meal for me. Like that adage, that's true for me. Stop smacking the window. You're ruining my audio, I say to an inanimate object. Yeah, I love breakfast. I eat the same thing every morning. I have 2 pieces of toast with fried eggs and cheese and my Red Bull. That's sort of my like little treat to get me going. Well, since I'm going to be starting classes, I'm not going to have time to do that. I just know myself. It takes me forever to get up in the morning. Oh no, I'm melting. Come with me. It takes me forever to get up in the morning, and I am very slow. I can only focus on like one thing at a time. So I just know myself. I'm not going to be making breakfast. So my plan is I want to make like breakfast sandwiches. And I could just buy the breakfast sandwiches themselves, like, you know, the Jimmy Dean breakfasts or whatever. But I want to actually make them, like buy separate ingredients and make them together. There was a sandwich that I used to eat at my old job, and it was this like English muffin with a chorizo patty and some Swiss cheese. And it was so good, and it was the like highlight of my day when I would have it at my job. So I want to see if I can replicate that. So we are going to go to the store and we're going to get English muffins. We're going to see if they have any kind of chorizo patty kind of thing. We'll get some cheese and an egg. We'll cook a little eggy. I might get one of those like round bitches, you know, that you cook the egg in. I don't know what they're called, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like a cookie cutter, but for egg cooking. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to come back here and assemble the Sammies, put a few in the fridge and put a couple in the freezer, and just try to like meal prep breakfasts for classes. And we'll see how that goes. So let's go and do that. I don't think there's really anything else to report at the moment. Goal, breakfast sandwiches, and have fun and be yourself. Okay, let's go. Hello. It is a different day because I got lazy and I didn't want to do it. But we have class tomorrow, so if we're going to be doing it, we got to do it now so it's ready. If I see a comment about how messy my kitchen is and how gross it is, mind your business. I'll fucking find you. I'll find you. I'm a very fast runner. This is going to be a little bit of trial and error. We're going to use the pan that I used for breakfast earlier, just because it's right here and, you know, it's not like it's sat. You're going to just wipe it out. So there are really 2, maybe 2.5/3 components to this that I want to do, which is toast the English muffins just a little bit, turn the chorizo into patties, and then figure out a way to make kind of rounded patty-like eggs, just so everything kind of stays together. We have the English muffins, chorizo, and the eggs. So since I have 6 of these guys, I'm thinking we're gonna do thirds of each little thing. They're probably gonna be pretty small, but that's okay. And then we'll use 1 egg for each, and then cheese to go with it. Wrap that up, put a couple in the fridge, put the rest in the freezer. Yeah, how do I want to start this? I guess we'll start with the chorizo. And again, because I don't want to wash any more dishes than I already have to, we're gonna do it all in this, which might take a little bit more time because it's small. However, I like making problems for myself. So that's what we're gonna do. Crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. All right, let's put some of these guys into the air fryer just to toast a little bit, because I feel like if I toast it too much, it's gonna be a weird texture when we reheat it later. But if I don't toast it at all, it's gonna be really mushy, and it's like, I wanna find that middle integrity. Ooh, these smell funky. I mean, I always think English muffins are a little bit funky. There's something about them that ain't right. So those are going. Let's open our little drinky drink. These are not good. Do not recommend. Icky. So, I have never cooked chorizo before. So this is gonna be interesting. Let me wash my hands. Again, don't be looking at how dirty my house is. I don't need to hear it from you or anybody, okay? So because again, I don't really know how to cook chorizo. I'm just gonna treat it like a beef patty, like a hamburger patty, and hope for the best. So, how's everybody doing? I'm not doing great because I don't know what's happening. Oh God. Oh Jesus. I don't know about this texture. Yeah, sure. Why not? Ooh, this is gonna... Oh, Dante, please don't. He just jumped on me. Oh, this is not gonna work. Oh no, this is not good. Okay, so those guys are toasted. Oh God. Oh Jesus. Dante, get out of here. I was really hoping there'd be enough space for two. It's fine. You know what? Whatever. It's fine. We work with what we got. I genuinely hope I have enough battery power for this. I charged it a little bit before we started, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough. Woo! Let me grab a spatula. Okay. Sure, man. How are you all doing? Are you all doing good? I'm mostly okay. I have class starting tomorrow, and I would say I'm excited-ish. I'm not really somebody who gets excited about stuff very much. I'm much more of a, well, I guess we'll see kind of guy. I consider myself something of a fuck around and find out sort of feller. A lot is coming off of this. Oh, I don't know. This might not be working the way I want it to be working. Oh dear. This may have been a really bad idea. Such is the way of things. Yeah, I will only really know how I feel about my classes once I get there. I haven't gone to any kind of class in a long, long time. Ooh, this is not good. This is not supposed to be a patty. Ooh, this was bad. Okay, we're gonna try something different. Remove this. That fell apart almost immediately. All right, well, we're gonna have to try something else. What we're gonna do instead is, I have no idea if that's fully cooked. We're just gonna cook all of it together and then try to form like a crumble layer. Oh, this wasn't correct. Well, egg on my face. I don't know, I looked up how you're supposed to cook it and they're just like, you just cook it. You know, you just cook it. It's like, well, thanks, great. I literally was like, how to cook chorizo ? And all the places were like, you just do it. Oh, I do genuinely hope that worked. Yeah, we're gonna ground beef it. Ooh, those got a little too crispy. Man, this is a fucking nightmare. I just wanted to not pay for individual sandwiches. I was just like, oh yeah, I'll make my own. Idiot. My God, that's a lot of grease. Okay, well, I think this is gonna cook a little bit better than whatever the fuck was happening over there. Anyways, I had my little mental breakdown last month, and we're just working through it. Just doing what needs to be done, going through the motions, starting class. Like I said before I started freaking out about whatever the fuck's going on here, not the most excited. But that's also pretty par for the course for who I am as a person. It will be good. It's a sketch class, which I think will be sort of just learning how to capture motion and things in a way that is quick, but also descriptive, which I think will be good for me because that is, I wouldn't say it's a weakness of mine, but I'm not much of a sketcher. I tend to want to just go into things. I think I might have burnt it. While I'm going to this class with the intention of learning. I'm also kind of using it as a way to be social because I have been having a lot of problems putting myself out there. I'm not a social person by nature. I'm very reclusive. My friends used to joke all the time that I was essentially Bilbo Baggins, where they would have to force me to go out and do stuff, and I hated it almost every time. Because I don't work, I don't have a job at the moment, so all I do is stay at home. All my friends have jobs and live in other places, so I can't see them very often. So most of my socialization comes from my cat and people online, which I love the people online, but that's not sustainable. You know, I need some physical interactions with the world. So that's also honestly probably more of the reason. Interact with people and other artists. We'll see. I have neither high nor low hopes. You know what? I think when this cools, it'll make more of a patty, which will then be a problem when I microwave it again. But that is tomorrow Matt's problem. You know, some people can just sit here and just kind of gab, but I am not good at that. What else? I'm doing a lot of commissions right now. I have 4 commissions that I'm working on at the moment that I cannot show on YouTube. Oink. And that's been nice. It's actually mostly reoccurring clients, which I'm very grateful for, that I have multiple, people who like my art enough to pay for it more than once. That's wild to me. That's crazy. I don't know. I'm very negative about my own work, which I think is fairly common with a lot of artists. A lot of artists have pretty strong feelings about their own stuff. And I think that for me, having that, reminder that like people actually like my stuff is nice. Yeah, there's some burnt bits in there for sure. That's okay. So I'm doing that right now. I have a couple of zines that I'm working on. I don't know. I'm in that headspace still right now where everything's a little bit difficult. I wouldn't call it like artist block. I don't think I'm going through like a block or fatigue, but I am just like very aware of my own style in a way I don't like. And because of that, everything I draw doesn't feel well done to me. But I just feel like I need to kind of remind myself that I am not always going to be the most honest about my work, because I see my work all the time. And that there are going to be people that genuinely enjoy my stuff. Let's try to sop up some of this grease. And I think that also is very normal for artists, that they just kind of sometimes will look at their own stuff and be really critical for literally no reason than to be critical, especially if you're already kind of in a bad headspace. Looking at your own work is going to be tough. I'm using so many paper towels. All right, I'm gonna rinse this out just a little bit, and then we're gonna make our eggs. I'm almost out of paper towels. That's no good. So for the eggs, I'm thinking, I know that I don't want scrambled eggs. I'm not a big fan of like a hard scramble, but I also know that you can't really do a fried egg for these sort of sandwiches. So what I'm thinking is have this cookie cutter, my sister-in-law's cookie batch, and it's a little bit small, but I think it'll work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this guy kind of in the middle, put a little bit of butter in there, and then I'm going to cook the egg in this so that it keeps a kind of shape, because we already know with the chorizo everything's gonna fucking fall apart the minute I put it in the microwave, but maybe we can keep a little bit of stability. I'm gonna break the egg in there. It's not gonna be perfect, obviously. It's already kind of bleeding out, but that's fine. I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna cover it, let it sit. We're gonna put the English muffins over here, kind of start setting them up. This made more sense in my head. What else? Been riding my bike a lot. That's been really nice. I don't drive, I don't have a license, so having the e-bike has been really nice because it's a mode of transportation that is not as, long distance or as fast or as, whatever as a car, but it's a step up from walking and taking the bus, and I hate to do both of those things. So it's been really nice to be able to just get around town with it. I've been really enjoying it. Easier to do grocery shopping and stuff. What else? I've been watching Murderbot, which I think I mentioned before. It takes me a long time to get into new shows. I'm not somebody who can just like put something on and sit. I really have to be in the right mood for it. And I had heard about Murderbot forever ago, like the books, when they were kind of popular, and I didn't know anything. I thought it was a podcast, to be honest. I thought it was like a Magnus Archives kind of podcast situation. But no, they're novels. And I had no real interest in them. It didn't really seem like my kind of thing until a month or two ago, where I was talking with my friend and they sounded interested in it, and we were both just like, you know what? We watch stuff together. They live on the other side of the country, but we will have movie nights where we'll just sync up our times and then just text through the movie just to like give each other commentary and stuff. I don't know if that worked. It kind of worked. It sort of worked. Something certainly was happening. So I'll just put it on this one here. I don't think I'll use that again. I'm gonna go with God. So we started watching Murderbot, and you know, I am not a celebrity person at all. I don't really go goo goo gaga over people. But that Alexander Skarsgård, he's bewitched me. I don't really see the appeal of those kinds of like actors. People talk all the time about like how somebody's like so beautiful or so attractive. And I tend to look at those people and be like, that's a dude. That's a funny looking man. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm gonna give it to Alexander Skarsgård. His sad, wet eyes and uncanny valley face have charmed me. And it's very weird because again, I'll talk to my friends and I'll be like, yeah, you know, he's sort of weird looking, but, you know, he really can act and stuff. And they're like, yeah, he's almost too pretty. And it's like, interesting, fascinating. Is that what people think? Is that how normal people interact with celebrities? Wild. But yeah, so it's really good. It's not that I don't like sci-fi, it's that I don't actively seek it out, which is very strange because once I do, I know I'm gonna enjoy it. But it takes me forever to get to that point. I don't know if you can tell from this whole situation, I'm not what the kids would call a cook. Like, it's shocking that any of this is working in any way at all. But yeah, really enjoying Murderbot. I think there's one more episode left this season, and I do hope that they make another season because I think there's like 9 books. So they have a lot of material they can work with and they can go from. My favorite character is Grathan, which if you know me is not a surprise. I love a wet cat of a man, and I find the general antagonism between him and Murderbot quite fun. I love that shit. I like when characters don't get along, but then are forced to. I find that quite fun every time it happens. And, you know, David Dalmatian, David Damnation, David Dasmakian? Is that his name? Machiavellian? Guy who plays Grathan. He's an incredible actor. We ended up watching Late Night with the Devil, which I keep wanting to call Interview with the Devil, and it's like, no, that's Interview with a Vampire. Another show I haven't watched, but people say is really good, and I probably should. We watched that, and that was phenomenal. Aside from the shitty AI art cut scenes in between. Guess who forgot to record an outro? So this is now the 20th that I'm doing this little bit. So about 2 weeks. And it's shocking how much just going outside and being around people for a few hours every day will just change your whole outlook on shit. I really feel like in the past 4 or 5 months, let's say, things have gotten really hard for me and I've been very isolated. And I've talked many, many times in the past about wanting to break out of that and I want to go and do stuff. And I feel like that's finally starting to happen. I feel like July, I'm gonna open this up a little bit. I feel like July's really been that for me. I feel like I'm a little bit more rejuvenated. My creative juices are flowing. I can't really talk about it right now because it's still in the baby stages. It's still in the works. The seeds are still in the ground. But there are some projects that are coming up that I'm very, very excited about. Knock on wood that it gets done. But yeah, just honestly going outside, shocking how much that changes things. Outside and interacting with human beings in a deliberate way. Wild, insane. Art classes are going very well. I'm really enjoying them. It's nice to get back to basics in a lot of ways because there's some stuff in this class that I already knew just from being in the art industry for as long as I have. There are some things that just kind of come inherent from spending 7 to 8 hours every day drawing or working on art, what have you. But there are also things that either I completely forgot or I just never learned. And it's so nice to be in a setting that is encouraging of that kind of learning and gaining that kind of knowledge from somebody who actually knows what they're talking about. And interacting with other artists has been great. Talking with my other classmates and sharing our work together has been fantastic. And yeah, just learning from each other. If you feel like you're in a rut and you don't have, other extenuating circumstances, I would highly recommend taking a class. Just whatever local college you have, or maybe you have a community center that does something, I would say pick up a class, do something. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you will hang out with new people. Maybe it's just a good way to get out of the house twice a week. I would say go for it. And I think it's really helped. I've been feeling very inspired. Yeah, so I really feel like July was just really good for me. And it's not over yet. Next vlog, we're going to be doing some shit. Excited to talk about that and show that and experience that. Very excited to talk about this project coming up, which you'll hear more about pretty soon, hopefully, knock on wood. And yeah, I'm so inclined to be very cautious about feeling good. It's something I'm working on in therapy, where I always feel like the other shoe's gonna drop at any moment, so I can't enjoy what I have right now. And I'm really trying to push myself out of that headspace and really trying to embrace the positive changes in my life as of right now. Even if they don't last, or even if it, becomes very boring before too long, the novelty wears off, I'm really just trying to embrace it right now. And I hope y'all are doing the same. So I will see you next time. Thank you to my patrons, which I'll put right here, for being so supportive of me when I can be real hit or miss about actually being on social media in general. So having that little outlet has been really wonderful. So thank you so much. If you'd like, go ahead and subscribe. Like this video, leave a comment, let me know what's going on in your life that's making you feel more inspired or rejuvenated, or if you feel like you need that kind of encouragement, pop that shit down there. And yeah, hopefully I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.